Welcome in, everyone. I just got a box in from Japan, and boy, howdy, was there some good stuff in it. Something I'm really excited about, something I didn't think I was ever going to get before. It's going to be tough to find because it's kind of rare, and, well, it was only in Japan. But it's a boxed SG-1000, but it's not any old boxed SG-1000. It is what is referred to as like the German label SG-1000. You can see it has like the yellow, orange, and black logo, whereas the most frequently seen one is this one with the red and blue label. This was an earlier release. It was only in Japan, and so there weren't as many of these produced, so it commands a bit of a higher price, and so it can be a little bit more difficult to get a hold of these. I was really lucky. I found an auction that had this boxed, complete, including an instruction manual, which I love these old instruction manuals. Because it's showing you the SG-1000, how to plug in a second controller, because SG-1000, this Player 1 controller, is wired. There's the AC adapter on this side. You have the RF box over here, because it is an RF only console. But then you got the Sega recorder, you got a second player SJ200 controller, and then you've got the SC3000. And inside it shows you, how to hook it up. Don't expose it to heat, don't pour water on it, don't hit it with a hammer, don't expose it to the sunlight, or don't leave it in the sun, and don't go sticking screwdrivers in it. You just don't get manuals anymore. So this old stuff, especially since most of the stuff is, especially at the time, 1983, the stuff was hand drawn and then duplicated. But it also came with an advertisement. You got an SG-1000 at the top, showing off Congo Bongo, letting you know it's for the SC-3000 or the SG-1000. You got baseball game down here, and then on the back you got several different games. Let's see, you got this is Monaco GP, this is Yamato, and then below that, this one is N-Sub. Next down here is Borderline. You got a Mahjong style game. There's some other games. There's Go 13. You got Safari Hunt down here. There's Congo Bongo. I really like seeing the old advertisements. It reminds me of back in the day when I was a kid. You'd buy a game and they'd have all kinds that have the advertisements in it. You'd open it up and be like, oh, this is how you found out about new games. If you didn't have a subscription to a magazine, you look and see what was coming up, and the best you could do was judge it based on screenshots and the description. Like I said, the controller for the SG-1000 is attached. I mean, at least it's not a super short cord. It's probably 4 or 5 feet. But in the same lot, there was a boxed SJ200. So now I have a second controller that I can use if I could convince someone to play a 2-player game. Neat to have that in the collection. All the other devices that it was usable with at the time. There's only 2 buttons, and you can kind of see from that picture right there, you got a button on that side and a button on this side. So you got 2 shoulder buttons, and then the joystick. But really cool to get this, the boxed SG-1000, and get the German model, or the German label model, and the little penguin I got for print, but she doesn't know about it. But a little Sega penguin. Beep, 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 beep. Cheep, cheep, cheep. What does a penguin sound? What is the sound that a penguin makes? I don't know. Does anybody know? Does it make a sound? Or does it just sound like a bird? Cheep, 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 cheep. Cool little figure. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna give it to her. I don't know. So with the SG-1000, I got Champion Soccer, small box, and then Monaco GP and Zippy Race, big box. What's really cool is when I was testing Zippy Race, I made it through all the levels, which is something I hadn't done before. So I can mark off Zippy Race as one that I've beat. I mean, it's always a score attack mode because it just loops, but if you get through it once, I consider it beat. So I'm really happy to get the big box ones, which I'm generally not a fan of the big box stuff, but I like it for the SG-1000. I mean, look at that. Pretty cool stuff. It pays to wait and watch and see what you can find, because I got this, I think, for a lot less than what the market value is for a German label SG-1000. So, and I got the advertisement and the instructions. Super cool. Thanks everyone for stopping in. Hope everyone has a good night. Take care. Have fun. Be kind to one another. Stay safe. Keep it retro. And we'll catch you later. That's not fireworks. It's popcorn. Someone's making popcorn. I might have to go get some.